The square can be used to symbolize the feminine and masculine attributes, right? All of creation comes into existence by means of the attributes from these two forces, right? Within ourselves, and also God uses those same attributes to bring all of this into existence, right? It's almost a rebus thing, like an alchemy term, right? Rebus being the final product. We're trying to build a more perfect product each day. We're trying to become more perfect ourselves. It's a worthy goal, right? Try to react more perfect, respond more perfect, create more perfect, right? We're working this as alchemists within ourselves. In fact, this shirt is called the Rebus t-shirt. If you like it, links in the description. But you have the feminine and masculine attributes that come together and work together to create a product. You are made in the image of the Father, God, Source, the All, right? Everything that comes into existence through the masculine and feminine attributes, right? The same thing this square represents, symbolizes within yourself. It's the same thing. This tool exists within your brain, telling you that your brain is a tool to create, because you have Isis with the feminine on the right side of your brain and Osiris with the masculine on the left side of your brain. Both of their attributes. For example, Isis, the feminine, is all about imagination and dreaming, right? And then you have Osiris with the calculative, right? The intellectual. And together, they complement each other. They work together to see if it's even possible to manifest this thing. You can call it Horus, but Horus symbolizes whatever you choose to manifest into this realm of reality. These creative processes and attributes are the same that exist within each of us. As stated before, this is Isis, right? This is the feminine attributes. This is also the right side of your brain. It's symbolic of the right side of your brain, which contains the feminine attributes. The right side of your brain is Isis, okay? As stated before, this is Osiris, which is the masculine attributes. It correlates with the left side of your brain. Okay, so the left side of your brain is Osiris. Now, they come together and they create a product. That product is Horus, the offspring of them coming together, the male and the feminine coming together and creating with all of their attributes. They bring their attributes together. They complement each other, they benefit each other, and that's the same process that takes place within ourselves. So how does creation take place? It takes place the same way outside of us as it does within us. We create the same way that God creates. You see, this part of the square symbolizes Isis, the feminine attributes of God, right? The emotion, the dreaming, the imagination, etc. This erect, upright part of the square symbolizes Osiris, the masculine attributes, right? Active, force, calculative, scientific, right? And from this point to this point is an imaginary line. Which represents Horus. Horus is the product of Isis and Osiris, okay? This is the same creative process through these two attributes that create all of existence. People who vibrate on a low frequency are living under duality. These 2 points represent duality, and this is them down here below it. They're being ruled over by duality, and this is pointing down towards the earth because the earth is materialistic, it's matter, it's dense. The vibration frequency in matter is very low and slow, okay? Now, those who you encounter that are on a high vibrational frequency are above duality. Their perception is different, right? They see the realm of duality that everybody else is living in. And you can experiment with an ice cube. Put an ice cube in a pan and heat it up. At first, it's a dense, low vibration. And as it starts to evaporate, it starts to become more finite, more untouchable, right? Just like we become whenever we change our perspective and we become more enlightened. We become untouchable by duality and the physical realm. The square can also symbolize life and death. When you die, you're flat. You're lying down. You're in the grave. When you're alive, you're upright. That generative active principle, it's alive. Just like in the hospital when you're hooked up to the monitor and you're watching the heart go up and down, right? It's a vertical position, up and down. But when you flatline, you're dead, right? Just as I stated in a previous video, when you lock your door, you twist it vertically, upright, active, the masculine principle. It's in force, it's locked, it's protecting you. When you turn it horizontal, it's unlocked, the passive feminine energy. You can enter and open, right? Symbolic. All these symbols go back thousands of years. The square can represent God's creative attributes, the tool that he used to bring everything into existence. You have the lying down feminine passive energy. You have the erect upright masculine energy, the generative principle, the active energy, right? They both work together as a tool to create a product. Once you realize that those same attributes exist within you, you realize that the same creative force that created all of existence is the same creative force that you are. Once you realize it exists within the right and left side of your brain, the right being the feminine and the left being the masculine attributes, then you realize these forces are within you to do what you wish to do with as a creator. When you see the square in this position, it means that you have ascended duality. It means that you have come to understanding of duality in the world that you live in. It means that you have ascended this material realm. You no longer look at the world through the lens of duality and materialism. This point of reference up here is you. Oneness pointing upward to the one true spirit of God. You understand, you have a relationship with that spirit of God, that source. These down here below, these two reference points are duality that you now rule over, because the square is basically a ruler. So you are ruling over duality, okay? The material realm. You have come to enlightenment and understanding. This does not mean that the work is done. There is still much to do and learn. But this is implying to you and telling you that you have made progress and growth. When you see the square in this position, it means that you have not yet come to light. You have not yet ascended the realm of duality. These 2 points of reference above represent duality. This point down here is symbolic of yourself. It is pointing towards the earth, the material realm. That is where you're abiding mentally, okay? So you see the world through the realm of duality. The square is basically a ruler, okay? So you are being ruled over by duality. Your understanding is not yet perfected, okay? It's limited. You do not understand the universal spirit of God that is one. So the point is to know this, to know that this teaching is revealing that you have yet work to do.